go.
All right, go ahead.
This is Nehemiah chapter 7, verse 65. The Tishasa said unto them that they should not eat of the most holy things till there stood up a priest with the Urim and Thummim.
Right. So these are the signs that we're supposed to look for, man. I had the brother read it again because we had to make the last video a clip. But just kind of give you an understanding of what we're going into. He said, we should not eat of the holy things, right, meaning this word, again, until what? Until they raise up a priest wearing the Urim, having the Urim and the Thummim, right? Among his breastplate, which represents his heart, his mind. Can you get that Matthew 7?
All right. Matthew 7?
15 and 9, my bad.
This is Matthew chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 9. But in vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrine the commandment of men.
Right. So that's what these people in the world teach today. For doctrine, they teach the commandments of men. So that lets you know what the doctrine represents right there. Alright? Because if you look up the word Urim and Thummim, it represents doctrine and truth. So this lets you know where it says the Urim, that represents the doctrine. And what's the doctrine? The commandments and the laws. You see that? So what was dealing with the laws in those times? The history of our people. And that's what Paul came to teach. That's why he said, according to the law, I'm a Pharisee. I mean, I keep the law perfectly. All right, but according to the truth, he's in the spirit of Yahushua, having the spirit of the Father, Son in his heart, in his mind, screaming out, Abba, Father. All right, because he had the spirit of Yahushua. What's that? The spirit of truth. All right, so he had the Urim and the Thummim. And you idiots out there don't have that. Go ahead, brother.
John chapter 17, verse 14. It says, I have given them thy word, and the world has hated them because they are not of this world, even as I am not of this world.
Right. That's talking about people like Paul and the believers that follow after Yahushua. Because anybody that doesn't believe, they're going to die in World War III, which is right at the door. You know what I mean? Go ahead, brother.
I pray not that thou shouldst take them out of the world, but thou should have keep them from the evil.
Right. Who is it talking about? The elect. All right. The elect chosen ones that's called. You see that? Many are called, but few are chosen. His chosen one. All right. His choice seed, man. He said what?
They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
Right, man. So they're not going to be of this world. They're not going to teach the doctrine of man, which is nothing but what? What they call history. Or man's laws, you know? Or man's philosophy, meaning man's wisdom. Go ahead.
Sanctify them through thy truth.
Right, so that's what we sanctified through. Through truth, we're sanctified and able to be cleansed. But through the laws, through the doctrine, we're able to be in order. All right?
Thy word is truth.
Thy word is the truth, man. Thy word is that spirit. So Paul had the what? He had the Urim, which is the doctrine, and he had the spirit, which is the Thummim. All right? But in the sense of physical sense, in the old times, in the Old Testament, it was literally two rocks that they would keep. One of them, they would cast lots, all right, for whatever decision. And the only one that could bear that is somebody that had understanding, the high priest. You couldn't just get that shit to Esau and he know what to do with it. You see that? So the award, which is the way you say Urim, that would represent the doctrine, which is the laws, which is able to give you long life. But the Thummim, which represents the truth, that's able to make you perfect. All right, and they cast lots to decide things dealing with according to the law, or decide things dealing with according to the will of the Father. All right, and the understanding, or mysteries. Where we at? All right.
This is the book of Colossians, not Colossians. Yeah, Colossians chapter 2, verse 6. As ye have therefore received Hamashiach Yahushua, the Lord, so walk ye in him.
Right, once you receive this truth, you're going to walk in the truth. Meaning you're not going to want to walk away from the law. You see that? You're going to want to keep the laws to the best of your ability. It's going to become your lifestyle, to where you have both. Making him in one, twain. Go ahead.
It says, rooted and built up in him, and established in the faith, as ye have been taught.
Right, rooted and built up. What? To be made perfect in the faith. as we have been taught, what, through the Old Testament, go ahead.
Abiding therein with thanksgiving.
Abiding therein with thanksgiving, man, being thankful. All right, go ahead.
Be aware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, and after the remnant of the world, rudiments of the world, and not after Hamashiach.
Woo, that's clear, man. So anything outside of the anointing, it says not after the anointed. And the anointed one is Yahushua. So anything outside of Yahushua, outside of the doctrine and truth, then what? It's of the heathen. And that's just it, man. You know, it's of deceit. So that's what we're supposed to look for. Go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Timothy,
Right.
chapter 3, verse 14.
Hey, he said that.
He said, I like you.
All right, go ahead.
All right, this is 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 14. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned, and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them.
I work with them.
In that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
Right, man. These scriptures, this truth is able to make you wise. All right. That's representative of that war or that Thummim, that lot. Right. Because what? Let's get the words real quick. Extras. Need a definition. Yeah. And if somebody get first Edras, they get 5 and 39.
Alright. And I got a precept to bring out. Right, that's so funny. Alright. This is the human, I think it's
Urim. It says a war.
Yeah, war, okay. Alright, it says light stones kept in a pouch on the high priest's breastplate.
Little clear? It got loud right there.
It says light.
This is the definition of the word Urim. Go ahead.
It says light stones kept in a pouch on the high priest's breastplate, used in determining Yahweh's decision in certain questions and issues.
That's right, man. And it was mostly pertaining to the laws, all right? Just like what you said with Saul.
Saul, he went to the...
Can you get it? Yeah. This is time to bring it up.
Okay.
You want to bring up other definition while you get it?
No, I want to deal with Urim first. Somebody get first, you got 1 Samuel? Somebody get Acts 16 and 14? I'm trying to keep rolling, y'all. Not you,
Acts 16 and 14?
Yeah. Whoever get it first, Leviticus 19 and 31.
This is Acts.
Oh, no, I need 1 Samuel 28 first. Whoever get it first.
I'll give it 1 Samuel 28.
Yeah, 28 and 6.
Alright, this is 1 Samuel 28 and 6.
Right, because according to the law, that's what the Urim was used for. Alright, when people had to make decisions, you know, they would use that to base it on the law, according to the Yahweh's law. Alright, and things that the tribe should do. Now Saul, he went to go seek out a soothsayer, and a soothsayer is someone that, what's called that shit? Tarot card readers? Fortune tellers, yeah, like Cleo. Then you got astrologers. Those are two different things. Right? Now, this soothsayer, they claim to have the spirit of divination. And that spirit of divination, we're going to get into that and explain what that is too. Go ahead, brother.
It's 1 Samuel 28 and 6. And when Saul inquired of the Lord answered him not.
Right, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible, brother. Alright? You a prince, man. You about to rule. You want to save your family, man? Get on this truth, brother. Alright, go ahead, bro. That's crazy, right? You see what it did, man? Alright, now go ahead, bro.
Alright, this is 1 Samuel 28 and 6.
That's crazy.
And when Saul required of the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams.
Oh, you said soothsayer part?
Oh, Slakia. This is 1 Samuel 28 and 5. Wait.
He get it in a second. Give him 1 second.
Got real happy.
Hey, I'm not making a clip, man. Somebody.
Alright. This is 1 Samuel 28 and 3. It says, now Samuel was dead, and all Israel had lamentated him.
and buried him in Ramah, even in his own city. And Saul put away all those that have familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land.
Right, Saul was going around killing all the wizards, all the soothsayers. Right? So they left none left. Go ahead, bro.
All right.
And there was one that she wasn't working anymore. You know, so go ahead.
All right. And the Philistines gathered themselves together and came and pitched in Shunem. And Saul gathered all Israel together, and they pitched in Gilboa. And when Saul saw the host of the Philistines, he was afraid, and his heart trembled. All right. And it says, then Saul.
So this should be a symbolic to you to understand that you shouldn't move in hate. You shouldn't move in fear, because you'll do dumb shit like this. All right. Instead of waiting for the Lord to give you understanding. All right. Give you doctrine and truth. Wisdom. Go ahead, bro.
All right, I'm going to skip down to 8.
Go on.
It says, and Saul disguised himself and put on another raiment, and he went and two men with him, and they came to the woman by night, and he said, I pray thee, divine unto me my familiar spirit, and bring me upon whom shall name unto thee. And the woman said unto him, behold, thou sawest that what Saul hath done, and how he cut off those that have familiar spirits and the wizards out of the land. Wherefore then liest thou a snare for my life to cause me to die.
Right, because he was doing this according to the scriptures, man. All right, and I'm gonna get the precept on that. Go ahead, bro.
All right, that was it on that. But the key point was in 6, and it says, and when Saul inquired of the Lord, and the Lord answered him not, neither by dreams, nor by Urim, nor by prophets.
Right. So he didn't answer him by what? By any type of understanding. The prophets wasn't telling him nothing, right? What's that? Exodus 22 and 18. So this Exodus 22 and 18. So he couldn't go to the Thummim, the Urim and the Thummim. The Urim, which is what? The laws. The Lord blocked him from understanding the scriptures, man. All right. So he didn't know how to handle that situation when it came to the soothsayers. He didn't know the Lord's will or what to do. All right, go ahead, bro.
All right. It's Exodus 22 and 18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Right. So that's why he went around killing all the soothsayers and all the witches, man. All right, so he was going according to the scripture. But when it came up to his fear, and he got scared of the Philistines, all right, he wanted to bring up Samuel. So he went to a diviner, all right, which is a person that dealt with fortune, right? That dealt with fortunes or dealt with spirits. Now, fortunes is what? Fortune tells you future or wisdom. You see that? So what we supposed to deal with? Prophecy. It's a different spirit. All right, and Saul was going to them instead of going to the Lord. Why? Because the Lord blocked him.
Isaiah chapter 8, verse 19. It says, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their power? For the living is of the living to the dead, to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, because there is no light in them,
no wisdom in them. So you're not supposed to go to these damn soothsayers. You're not supposed to go to these astrologers, to these fake false pastors. All right, so looking for understanding, looking for wisdom, looking for truth. The Lord said He's going to set up a high priest having Urim and Thummim, which means the proper doctrine and the proper truth, man.
I got a precept.
All right. Go ahead. Then we'll bring it up.
This is Jeremiah chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 15. And I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
That's it, man. That's the Urim and the Thummim right there in Jeremiah. With knowledge. What's knowledge? The keeping of the laws. You see that? What's the understanding? That's the truth. That's the Thummim. You see that? He's going to set up pastors that have the Urim and the Thummim, man. It's all spiritual. I need to Acts 16 and 14.
All right, Acts chapter 16, verse 14.
Yeah, all the way to 16.
And a certain woman named Lydia, a seller of purple of the city of Thyatira, which worship Yahweh, heard us, whose heart the Lord opened, that she attended unto the things which were spoken of Paul.
So she was a believer in what Paul was saying. Does that mean she was a teacher? No. It said this woman here, she believed. So you could believe too. All right, you women out there, go ahead.
Verse 15. And when she was baptized, and her household she besought us, saying, if ye have judged me to be faithful to the Lord, come into my house and abide there. And she constrained us. And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with the spirit of divination met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying.
Right. So what? That lets you know what spirit these soothsayers are being led by. Now, if you look up that word, they say diviner of spirit, right? What it is this. This is the word for diviner. It says divination, and it says a python. The spirit of python. And if you go to Google, if anybody want to go there, if not, I'll just say it. But type in python, Greek mythology, python, Greek mythology. Now, actually, I'm gonna say it right. It says right here in the definition. It says python, by analogy with the supposed diviner, inspiration, soothsaying. In Greek mythology, the name of Python, serpent, or dragon that dwelt in the region of Pytho, of the foot of Parnassus and Phocis, and was said to have guarded the oracle at Delphi and been slain by Apollo, a spirit of divination. So it's basically a Greek deity, man, of demon, you know? So that's what these soothsayers have on them, a fucking python, a damn serpent, a straight up pure demon. Pure wicked demon on them, man. If you go to Greek mythology and type in python, it's not talking about a damn snake. It's talking about something that guards the oracle. It's like a demon that guards that block you from getting through.
This is Genesis chapter 3, verse 1.
There you go, right there. That's the one. Go ahead. Fuck ice cream.
Genesis 3:1, it says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh hath made, and he said unto the woman, yea, Yahweh said unto you, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden.
Right. So that right there, so anybody that's in that spirit, you know, you're not supposed to eat of every tree. That's why the scripture say what? Judge a tree by its fruit. Beautiful scripture, right? Judge a tree by its fruits. So these soothsayers, they were in the spirit of fucking python. So now you got to judge a tree by its fruit. Who's going to be in the spirit of the Urim and the Thummim? In the spirit of the high priest Aaron? In the spirit of the high priest Yahweh Shai? Who's in that spirit today, man? The Apostle Tahar on down. Anybody that's under that umbrella. See that? You got one? I need that in real quick. I need Leviticus 19:31. And this is to end that point where he said to Saul, the reason why Saul, the Lord said he didn't answer Saul by Urim, meaning he didn't answer him, give him wisdom and understanding according to the law, or what to do when it comes to soothsayers, or what to do in that situation when that woman wasn't working anymore. She said she wasn't working, but he's like, I need you to do this for me. What to do in fear? The Lord didn't answer him, so what are you supposed to do is wait. That's just it.
You're not hastening the time of trouble.
Good, yep. Go ahead, bro.
This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 21. And he shall bring his trespass offerings unto the Lord, unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, even a ram for a trespass offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before the Lord.
Yeah, 19, right? 19:31?
31.
Yeah, come on, quick as you can, bro.
All right.
This, verse 31, regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your power.
That's what Saul should have caught. He said, what? Neither seek, one more time. This is in the law, Leviticus. So he said he didn't answer him by what? Urim, by law. Go ahead. By wisdom and understanding. Go ahead.
Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your power.
That's it, man. He was trying to tell Saul that he was the power. Go ahead. You got it.